What if the weapon in your hands was more dangerous to you than the enemy? That's exactly what happened to many American soldiers carrying the M-16 rifle during the Vietnam War. A rifle meant to give them the advantage ended up failing them in the worst possible moments. So how did one of the most controversial weapons in history become a global military icon? In this video, we're diving deep into the story of the M-16, a rifle that started its life surrounded by chaos, fear, and failure. From deadly malfunctions in the jungles of Vietnam to becoming one of the most recognized and widely used rifles in the world. This is not just a story about a weapon. This is a story about trust, survival, and redemption. In the early 1960s, the United States military was searching for something new. The battlefield was changing. Old rifles were heavy, slow, and not designed for the kind of fast, unpredictable warfare soldiers were now facing. Then came the M-16. Lightweight, modern, futuristic. Unlike older rifles, it fired a smaller, high-velocity round, allowing soldiers to carry more ammunition and shoot with greater control. On paper, it was revolutionary. Many believed this rifle would redefine combat. And when it was first introduced into the dense jungles of Vietnam, expectations were sky-high. But reality had other plans. At first, soldiers were excited. The M-16 was lighter than anything they had used before. It felt easier to handle, faster to aim. But it didn't take long for the problems to appear. And when they did, they were terrifying. In the heat and humidity of Vietnam's jungles, the rifle began to fail. Jamming, misfiring, completely locking up. Imagine being in the middle of a firefight. You pull the trigger, and nothing happens. Worse, many soldiers were told the rifle was self-cleaning. So they weren't even given proper cleaning kits. Dirt, carbon buildup, and moisture quickly turned the M-16 into a liability. And the consequences were deadly. Stories began to spread. Some soldiers were found dead, with their rifles taken apart beside them. They had been trying to fix a jam in the middle of combat, and they never got the chance to finish. The weapon that was supposed to protect them had betrayed them. Confidence in the M-16 collapsed. Many troops started to prefer older weapons, even if they were heavier or outdated, because at least those weapons worked. The situation became so serious that it reached the U.S. government. Investigations were launched. Questions were asked. How could something so advanced fail so badly? The answer wasn't simple. It wasn't just one problem. It was a combination of critical mistakes. First, the ammunition used had been changed, without properly adjusting the rifle's design. This caused more residue and increased the chances of jamming. Second, the lack of cleaning kits made everything worse. And third, the harsh jungle environment exposed every weakness in the system. The M-16 wasn't just failing. It had been sent into war unfinished. But the story didn't end there. The military knew something had to change, fast, so they began making improvements. The rifle was modified to reduce jamming. Chrome plating was added to the chamber and barrel. New cleaning kits were issued to soldiers. Training was updated. Bit by bit, the M-16 started to improve. It became more reliable, more consistent, more trustworthy, and slowly, soldiers began to regain confidence. Over time, the M-16 transformed. What was once a symbol of failure became a symbol of modern military design. It proved to be accurate, lightweight, effective in the right conditions, and most importantly, reliable. The rifle continued to evolve. New versions were developed. Improvements kept coming, eventually leading to weapons like the M4 carbine, a more compact, modern evolution of the same platform. Today, the M16 is recognized all over the world, used by militaries adapted by different countries, and studied as one of the most influential rifle designs in history. It's hard to believe that this same weapon was once feared by the very soldiers who carried it. But maybe that's what makes its story so powerful. It wasn't perfect. It failed, and then it was fixed. The story of the M16 isn't just about a rifle. It's about what happens when innovation moves too fast and the cost of getting it wrong. But it's also about learning, adapting, and turning failure into something